Hey y'all, welcome back to General Wellness, where today we're talking all about gut health. In this video, we'll be covering what is gut health, what goes on inside your gut, what would be a few things that might happen when something goes wrong inside your gut, and even the exciting topic of how many times per day you should be going number 2. So, your gut is your gastrointestinal tract in your body. So it starts in your mouth and it goes through your stomach, into your intestines, and then out. But typically when people just say your gut, they're referring to the different bacteria in your intestines. You might be thinking, bacteria, that doesn't necessarily sound good. But the bacteria in our intestines serve wonderful purposes. They can do a lot of different things, including breaking down fibers that we as humans can't digest. This process is called fermentation, and it happens in your large intestine, but a side effect of that might be some bloating or gas after foods that are particularly high in this insoluble fiber, such as cellulose. Other symptoms that you might notice if your gut is a little bit out of whack, or your gut bacteria is a little bit out of whack, might be gas, bloating, diarrhea, fatigue, or even cramping pain might be an indication that something isn't quite right in your gut. But why might something go wrong in your gut? You could be abusing a gluten-free diet, maybe when you don't have any gluten allergies or celiac disease, or maybe you've been on a long-term carb restriction, such as a ketogenic diet, or a low FODMAP diet might be causing some different diet irregularities that could be causing some gut issues. Other reasons would be you're exposed to pesticides a lot, maybe through inorganic foods, or plastic byproducts from using a lot of plastic products, or the overuse of antibiotics can also cause your bacteria in your gut to decrease, causing a few symptoms. Some people may benefit from a probiotic or probiotic-containing foods such as yogurt or sauerkraut or kombucha, but others might find that this actually makes their symptoms worse, meaning that you have an overgrowth of bacteria and adding more is causing more harm than good. Bone broth and collagen peptides can also be good options for people who need some gut healing, which would just mean that there might be some sort of leaky gut going on, or just some gut symptoms such as bloating or cramping or anything like that, that they might want to help decrease. Leaky gut is a topic for another conversation, but long story short, the cells in your intestines that don't let things come through them on purpose are somehow separated, allowing things to pass through that shouldn't. Things that heal your gut would close these gap junctions back together, making sure that nothing gets through that is not supposed to. So if your gut is working well and you have a healthy gut and you are supporting gut health overall, you probably won't notice many of these symptoms, but you might have occasional bloating or gas because that would be normal depending on what you're eating. And also it's important to acknowledge that a healthy gut goes number 2 3 to 4 times a day. That might be kind of shocking to you, and if it is, you might need to increase your fiber consumption, maybe soluble or insoluble or both, and you might also need to check your processed food consumption, or maybe you're on one of these fad diets and that might be something to consider. So overall, your gut is sensitive and we need to nourish it well with real foods, so limiting our processed food consumption when we can, and supporting gut health with whole grains through fruit and vegetables, and maybe even including some natural probiotics like yogurt or sauerkraut or kombucha if that doesn't make your symptoms worse. But overall, the gut is pretty complicated. Stress can also make a lot of these symptoms worse, so that would be something to keep in mind. But hopefully now you have a good grasp on what gut health is and how to support it through your food.